Hey everyone, welcome to this month's Hypixel Skyblock Bingo Guide for August 2023. If you are looking for a specific goal, timestamps are in the description below. Now let's get right into it. One thing to note is that this is going to be an extreme bingo, which means you will have harder tasks than a regular one, but you will have 14 days to complete the bingo card. You'll also get better items when completing X amount of goals. The only relevant one I would name is when you complete 4 personal goals, you would get a pickaxe that would help during any mining goals. And completing 8 personal goals, you will receive a farming hoe to help with any farming goals. Now these items, once you obtain the amount of goals required, you actually come to this bingo NPC and then you can just claim your item right here. Now, as always, make sure to join the Discord I linked below in the description. The Discord is called Bingo Brewers, and they are a Discord that provides you with helpful tips and helpful stuff during bingo. One of these things are free splashes. So if you head over to your reaction rolls and you come to this megaphone right here and you just click it, you can now get pinged for splashes. And you want to go to under this important things and click splashes. And right here it will just indicate the lobby and who's going to be splashing and the location. So for example, heading back over to Minecraft, that one said to go head over to lobby 16. Once that says, you want to make your way as quickly as you can, as these lobbies do get filled up, and you just head over to Bia. Commonly it's going to be right here where people will be splashing you. Now the first thing you would want to do when loading into bingo is go to your Skyblock menu and go under towards your pets and make sure the bingo pet is equipped. Now once the pet is equipped, if you are getting any skill experience such as farming, mining, etc., that would mean you're also getting taming experience. Taming experience is required under a community goal, and this is going to be done passively in the background when playing bingo. Now moving on to the next goal, we're going to be looking at Animal Whisperer, which requires you to bring an animal to Jake. So this goal actually does have requirements, is because you would need farming level 5 to actually reach the Mushroom Desert Islands. So just farm any wheat in the hub, and you would actually want a lead. So how you get a lead is you're going to want to make your way towards here and talk to this adventurer NPC to get some slime balls and some string. Now make sure you have more than one, so I would say about like 12 or 10 maybe. And then once you finally have your materials, go towards the desert island, and you would actually want any pets, so like any animal that spawns here. I'm just going to take a sheep or rabbit. I guess I'll take a rabbit, so. And you would want to maybe possibly get a jump potion to get to the house. So the house you're going to actually be living into is going to be that one up there. So let's make our way there. Okay, now we just made it to Jake, and you just want to talk to him, and that's how you bring an animal to Jake. Now for this next part, we're going to be unlocking Dwarven Mines and Crystal Hollows. Now to unlock the Dwarven Mines, you would actually want to make your way towards the desert settlement right here, and make sure you have a efficiency 2 golden shovel, and you would just want to take that shovel and just mine the sand right here, because that does give you mining levels. And once you have reached mining level 12, you want to head over towards the Deep Caverns. On the Deep Caverns Island, you would actually want to make your way down towards the Obsidian Sanctuary, and you're going to be talking to this person called Rise. Now here, he will ask you for 3 groups of 10 enchanted material. Now the 10 enchanted material, you could actually get 30 of the same type. All you just have to do is just switch lobbies when you actually give him the enchanted material. So the enchanted material that I do recommend to get is either lapis or redstone. The only reason why I do recommend those two is because once you mine one ore, you're going to be getting multiple drops. The other option is actually if you go towards the gunpowder mines and you would actually want to do coal. So why is coal an option? If you go towards your skyblock menu and your collections, you would actually just want to mine enough just to get the enchanted coal recipe. Once you get the enchanted coal recipe, we're actually going to go to our recipe book and the trade menu, and we're going to utilize this oakwood trade. So in the past, I did find there's not a cap on this oakwood trade, so that means you could get the 30 enchanted coal just by chopping wood, and it is going to be recommended to get a efficiency 5 golden axe with about haste tree potion. If you are in the Bingo Brewers Discord and you do get a splash, you would get the haste tree effect. Or if you are Bingo rank 4, you will also get the haste tree effect once you go to the elixir. Now in the Dwarven mines, you would just need crystal hollows. Now crystal hollows, it is locked to tier 3 Heart of the Mountain. Now to get Heart of the Mountain tier 3, you would need about 12,000 Heart of the Mountain XP. The way to get Heart of the Mountain XP is that you would want to do commissions. So let's just make our way towards the king first. And now once we are at the king, he will give you commissions. Now for the first 4 daily commissions of every day, you will get 1,000 as total Heart of the Mountain XP. And that would mean on your 3rd day when doing your 4 daily commissions, you would unlock Heart of the Mountain tier 3 to get crystal hollows. Now there is not really an easy way to do commissions. You just have to do it. I guess a way for you to easily do titanium is if you go towards the area that your lobby is in. So let's just say I would need about 10 titanium in ramparts. So right here, I'm not seeing any titanium right here. Oh look, oh no. Okay, yeah, still no titanium. Oh, there's titanium. But if that's not the case, you could actually just warp out your lobby and just go back towards the Dwarven mines. And you want to go back to that area to see if there's any titanium. And that's going to be a way to help with the commissions right there. Now for the next part, we're going to be moving on towards the recommended armor set as well as the sword. So now the recommended armor set and the sword, you would actually need combat level 12 to unlock the end island. Now to get combat XP easily, once you have the Dwarven mines unlocked, you would actually want to make your way towards the Great Ice Wall. So the Great Ice Wall is just going to be following me here. And right here is going to be the Great Ice Wall. You would want to take out a pickaxe and you would want to just kill these ice walkers. Once you kill enough ice walkers, you would get combat level 12 to unlock the end island. Now in addition of getting the combat level 12 to get the end island, you would actually want to get 200,000 coins as well as come towards this hub right here, and you would want to talk towards this weaponsmith. To talk to this weaponsmith, purchase an end sword, and you would want to put some enchants to maximize the damage that you could do to Enderman. Once you have the end sword to the max amount of damage, you just want to make your way towards the end. Now once we actually have made our way towards the end island, you would actually want to make your way towards this area right here. And this is where a lone adventurer NPC would spawn. And once you talk to that lone adventurer NPC, he will give you a quest to kill 5 Endermen. So what you want to do is just kill the 5 Endermen with your end sword and basically talk to him again. Once you talk to him again, he will give you the option to buy the Void Sword for about 200,000 coins, and you would want to purchase that because that's going to be your weapon. Now using that Void Sword here, you would want to enchant it to the best amount you can to maximize the amount of damage, and using that Void Sword, you would want to kill Endermen. So Endermen, they do have a chance to drop this whole armor set right here, and that's going to be the armor that you'd want to get. Now the next goal we're going to be focusing on is called I Am Speed. It requires you to reach 80% bonus attack speed. Now the way to actually get this bonus attack speed is you're going to get the armor set and utilizing the weapon. You're going to want to make your way towards this blacksmith right here, and you would want to reforge this void sword to fast. This will give you about 40% bonus attack speed. Now to get the other 40%, make your way towards the end and make sure you have your particles turned on. Once you have your particles turned on, you want to make your way to the most bottomest layer on the end island, and right here you would want to find these end nodes. So these will have particles around an end stone or an obsidian block. So this is going to be an end node right here. And once you actually find these end nodes, they have a chance to drop geoids. So these geoids, when applied to one piece of ender armor, they will give you a 5% bonus attack speed. And if you apply all 4 end stone geoids to these ender armor sets, you will get a 20% in attack speed, and then since these stats are 2 times while on the end island, you will get your 80% bonus attack speed. Now, if you are having trouble actually getting these end stone geoids because they are a very small drop chance from end nodes, you could actually go back towards the blacksmith right here, and instead of actually getting these geoids applied, you would actually want to make sure the bonus attack speed right here, you could reforge your end armor, and you would want to make sure it's light to get the 4% bonus attack speed. Now once you applied all 4 to light, you can get about, it's going to be 4%, I believe. Okay, sorry, I did the math wrong. So once you actually have all applied with light, you're going to actually need about 8% more attack speed bonus. So to get these 8% more, you can actually go towards this where these accessories are reforged, and you would want to talk to Maxwell, and you would want to make sure you have accessories in your accessory bag. And once you have accessories in your accessory bag, you would need you can actually optimize to get bonus attack speed, and you would want to just utilize that to the max of your ability. Now the other way to actually get more bonus attack speed is if you do the silky power stone, and you would need 9 of these. So now to get these silky power stone, make your way towards the spider's den. So it's going to be locked to combat level 1. And with your recommended armor set and weapon that you have, you should be able to actually defeat the Arachne, and you're going to get about 9 silky of the reforged stone, of the power stone. And just make your way towards here. And right here is where the Arachne bosses can spawn, and people will have to place it. I'll just do one just for example. So right here I actually have Arachne getting summoned, so I'm gonna just at the end get to when the boss is defeated. Now once we have defeated the boss, as you can see, a luxurious spool will spawn. So once you actually have done 9 of these bosses, you're gonna get in total 9 luxurious spools. I believe it doesn't matter what damage you place, you're gonna get this 100% of the time. And just make sure you have the appropriate, is it mining level or combat level? Yeah, so you want to get combat level 15, and just make sure you can have that applied. And once again, you would want to get 9 of these, and go back towards Maxwell, and put 9 of them right here. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is called I See Stars. It requires you to apply 5 stars to a dungeon item. So now the dungeon item that we are going to be focusing on, it's going to be called the Spider Hat. And the Spider Hat, if you go towards your collections, combat collections, and under Spider Eye, Spider Eye Collection tree is where you can lock these spider hats. And this can be dungeonized, and you will utilize spider essence. So in total, you would need about, I believe it's going to be 95 spider essence and 45,000 coins. So the way to get the spider essence, again, you would actually want to make your way to do Arachne. So Arachne is going to be right here. And right here is where Arachne would spawn. Once you are doing the boss, you will get spider essence, and do that until you get the 95 spider essence. And once you have the 95 spider essence, make your way towards the dungeons right here and talk to Malik. Now for Malik, you would want to just do the essence crafting and then convert this to a dungeon item. As you can see, 20 essence. And then go back and make sure you upgrade the item to the max as you can. And this will cost 45,000 coins. And it will be 75, I believe, spider essence. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is going to be called Quick Kill. It requires you to kill 15 goblins within 8 seconds. Now, goblins are located in the Dwarven mines, and utilizing the armor set as well as the weapon, I believe it should be able to allow you to get this goal. Now, I'm going to show you where the goblins are located. Now, goblins are located right here in the Far Reserve or the Goblin Burrows, and you do spawn a lot of them right here, but where you actually would want to kill them is going to be over here within this campfire where a lot of them do spawn, and this is where you could probably get the 15 goblins in 8 seconds, and a lot do spawn over there as well. So now if you are like still having trouble with killing the goblins, unfortunately the other way you would actually need is a Dreadlord sword. So a Dreadlord sword, it does get dropped randomly in dungeons when killing a certain mob, and you're just gonna have to make sure luck is on your side when playing dungeons. Other than that, that's really the only way to accomplish this goal. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is called One Ring to Ghoul Them All. It requires you to obtain a zombie ring. So to obtain a zombie ring, you would actually want to make your way first to this adventurer NPC and purchase a zombie talesman. Once you have purchased a zombie talesman, using your recommended armor set and weapons, here you would actually want to do Revenant Horror bosses, because this is where you get the zombie ring. So you would want to talk to Maddox right here, and you would want to make sure to unlock the zombie tier 2. And once you unlock zombie slayer level tier 2, that's when you're going to get the recipe, but you're actually going to need to kill way more because it requires revenant flesh. So once you get a stack of revenant flesh, this is where you can just craft the zombie ring. And make sure when you actually reach Slayer level 2, make sure to claim the reward to get the recipe unlocked. Now moving on towards the next two goals we're going to be focusing on in this bingo, it's going to be called Snip Snip, which requires you to obtain Moby shares, and Sunken Treasure, which requires you to fish at least 25,000 coins. So you would actually want to make your way towards the desert settlement and make sure you have about 10,000 coins on you, as well as a fishing rod. So you would want to make your way towards this Moby NPC, and you would actually just show you where he is. So Moby is located right here, and here is where you can get Moby shares. Now to get glowing mushroom right here, and these chum buckets are right here. So to get glowing mushrooms, you would actually want to make sure your particles are turned on. And right here in this cave, you would want to pay attention towards these mushrooms that do have the particles around them. Once you actually break enemies glowing mushrooms, it'll be in your inventory and it'll say glowing mushroom. So let me just break one more. And once you obtain about 8 of them, I will go ahead and get that. you can now return back to Moby and get a chum bucket. So once you get a empty chum bucket, make sure you have a fishing rod and place your chum bucket wherever you decide to fish, but it has to be near water. And to get chum, you would actually need sea creatures to fish up. Now, to get the Sunken Treasure of how this ties in, you would need fishing level 10, so this should be accomplished when doing the filling of the chum buckets. And the only way to get about 25,000 coins or more, you would need to actually fish up coins. And that's going to be, I believe it's going to be receive at fishing level 10, is that when you would get 25,000 coins as a drop or more, but it's going to be a very small chance, so it's going to be honestly taking a while. So good luck with that, and make sure you just fill up these chum buckets for Moby. Now, if you have been following along this video, that means you should have completed at least 4 personal goals. That means once you actually come towards this hub and talk towards this bingo NPC, he will give you a better pickaxe that allows you to focus on these mining goals. So the mining goals we're going to be actually focusing on is going to be called a King's Request and Powder Collector. Now let's head towards the Dwarven Mines because this is where this will be completed. So if you do any commissions within the Dwarven Mines, you can automatically get the Material Powder as well as contribute to that King's Request. Now, another way to get Material Powder is actually if you just mine material itself. So right here, the material, it's going to be these prismarine as well as the wool right here. I believe it's going to be also this clay. Yep, it is. And that's how you would want to get Material Powder. Now, when it comes to commissions, you can do a combination of the Dwarven Mines and Crystal Hollows. I recommend actually going in the Crystal Hollows. Now, the reason is because another goal that does tie in with this bingo is going to be called a Colored Combination, which requires you to obtain Gemstone Mixture. Now, the Gemstone Mixture, it requires these gemstones, and a lot of the commissions when it relates to Crystal Hollows, it's going to be either mining these gemstones or getting a sapphire crystal, amber crystal, or whatever. And that means you're going to be looking to complete nucleus ones, because honestly that's going to be the very easy and fast way to get these crystals for the gemstone mixture. Now, a way to actually complete these nucleus runs and to help you with these crystals found in the Crystal Hollows, you would actually want to make sure to join the Discord that I did link down below, which is called Bingo Brewers. Now, Bingo Brewers, if you head over towards this reaction roll, you would actually want to make sure to click this right here. This will allow you to get these Crystal Hollow chest ping roll. Now, once you have that enabled, if you go towards this Robo Parts and Crystal Hollow chest, that is when you will actually get these pings whenever a person finds something such as goblin eggs or even robot parts related to sapphire crystal. And this is going to be a very easy way to actually complete these nucleus ones and a very fast attempt. Just make sure you have that ping enabled as well as message within and make sure they are in the lobby. Now, directly focusing on this gemstone mixture, it also requires you to obtain sludge juice as well. So that is actually obtained in the jungle, and you'd want to find these slimes. So it's going to be right here, it's called sludge, and you just want to just kill it. And you would want about 320. So actually, if you get about 200 sludge juice, there is a NPC located in the jungle part of the Crystal Hollows that will allow you to get this refined jungle pickaxe, which will give you an option to get this like sludge juice. And that's only if you want to actually purchase it. You don't have to, if you do find it a lot, to just get the 120 more for the gemstone mixture. You could just get it manually without the jungle pickaxe. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is going to be called Infinite Power. it requires you to put an infinite duration fuel in a minion. So the infinite duration of fuel in a minion that's going to be you would want to get is if you want to head over towards your mining collections, and under coal, which is going to be under coal collection 8, you would want to craft this enchanted lava bucket. Now this enchanted lava bucket requires 2 blocks of coal as well as the 3 iron, so make sure you would actually want to get that enchanted iron recipe as well. And an easy way to get the enchanted coal is if you head over towards the crystal hollows and you want to be in the mines of Devon. So right here, the mines of Devon, as you can see, all of this coal right here on the walls can be mined, and that's what you would want to do just repeatedly to get the 2 blocks of enchanted coal. And for the enchanted iron, you could just regularly do that in the deep caverns, or if you want, just find a vein as well in the crystal hollows. Now moving on towards the next goal in the bingo, which is going to be called Hot Stuff. It requires you to obtain 4 pieces of the Flame Breaker armor set. Now you would want to very much set aside some time to complete this goal, because in total you will actually need about 277 hardstone to craft the entire set. So it's going to be right here, hardstone 5, and you would want to get this right here, just craft a whole set. Now to mine hardstone, it's pretty much anywhere in the crystal hollows. So if we go towards right here, let's break it. All of this like stone you see here, that's hardstone, and you just want to just repeatedly mine it. Now you could actually do this if you want to complete these commissions as well. So let's just say if you are looking for robot parts, you could go towards the precursor remnants, and once you are getting the hardstone, you can find these treasure chests, and these treasure chests could contain robot parts. Another thing you could actually do is if you head over towards the jungle and you are looking for sludge juice. Again, these treasure chests do contain actually sludge juice, so it's going to be really depending on where you want to mine. So I recommend either doing it in the jungle or the precursor remnants. It's up to you. Now, if you have been following along, that means you should have at least completed 8 personal goals. That means you could come towards back to Hub and talk to this bingo NPC, and he will allow you to claim a farming hoe, which will allow you to complete these farming goals very easily. So now, before we actually begin these farming goals, you would want to make sure you are at least Godblock level 5 and farming level 10. So to get farming level 10, you would actually just want to just farm any wheat in the hub right here. And once you have hit that, just talk to this Jacob NPC, and he will unlock Jacob's contest, which will be relevant towards these farming goals. Now to get Skyblock level 10, Skyblock level 5 if you aren't already, you could head over towards your Skyblock menu, Skyblock leveling, and you can click on this Skyblock guide. And this will allow you to look at anything that you can do to raise your Skyblock level. And once you have your Skyblock level 5, head back towards your island, and you would want to locate this NPC. It would not say Sam, but it will say Stranger, and you would just want to click on this person right here, and it will bring you towards this garden. And make sure you actually just complete the tutorial of how to do the garden, which is going to be what we want to do for these farming goals. Now once you have finished up the tutorial for the garden, you can actually complete about 6 goals related towards the garden. One of these goals, it requires you to reach garden level 8, and this is going to be done really in the background when focusing on the other ones. And to raise your garden level, if you want to head over towards your desk, one way to raise it is actually if you just break crops right here. As you can see, these milestones, they do give you some garden experience. And if we head over towards our bingo card, that's going to be tying into a community goal, which requires you to break crops. Another goal that requires you to break crops is going to be a healthy snack, which requires you to obtain a great carrot candy. A great carrot candy recipe, if we head over towards our collections, our farming collections, under carrot, and it's going to be carrot collection 6. That's going to be the recipe right here. And make sure you are garden level 2 to actually have the ability to plant carrots on your garden. Now, another thing you would actually want to pay attention to is when these Jacob's contest is going to be located on. So to find Jacob's contest, if you want to do Skyblock menu, head over towards your calendar and events. And if you want to locate any specific crops you would want to do, such as carrots or even wheat or whatever, you can just look at that and see the time of when that would be appearing. And coincidentally, if we head over towards our bingo, you can see it requires you to collect Jacob's tickets. So now, depending on your position within the Jacob's contest, you can get at least maybe 1 ticket. You could possibly get 10 Jacob's tickets, 15 Jacob's tickets, or even I believe the max would be 25 if you get gold medal. And it really doesn't matter where you place, you're just going to get tickets regardless as long as you participate in the contest. Now, regardless where you place, but if you so happen to get a medal, you're also going to get a turbo whatever related book. And if you get about 5 of these books, you could actually apply it to a farming hoe, and with harvesting and efficiency, once you have about 7 enchants, you can accomplish this goal called advanced farming, which requires you to put 7 enchantments on a hoe. Another way you could actually upgrade your garden is if you were to go towards your visitors right here. And these visitors, they will ask you for specific items required, such as netherwort, carrots, or even some enchanted materials. If you don't really like what they're offering, you can always refuse their offer, and they might come back later, or another NPC will come and visit you to ask you for a different request. And just so happens, related to the bingo, it requires you to serve visitors in the garden. And now if you want to get a variety of more visitors in your garden to visit you, you would actually just want to just talk to NPCs that just haven't visited you in Skyblock. So if I want to just talk to Bets, she could possibly visit me. If I want to talk to Archer, he could possibly visit me. I just need to unlock him by talking to him. And that's going to be really the goals related towards this garden, very specifically. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is called Assorted Equipment. It requires you to wear 4 pieces of equipment, all from different equipment sets. So now the equipment sets that we're going to be focusing on. So one right here, it's going to be related towards the garden. You want to come towards your desk, and you would want to actually get this lotus belt. This is going to be one of the equipments that you would need to get. So it does require to get 100 copper. A way to get 100 copper, again, it's going to be related to just doing the visitors. So as you can see, this person gives me 100 copper, gives me about 21 copper when I do their request. And you would want to do that until you get enough to get the lotus belt. Now, if we head over towards the end island, actually when killing endermen, you could possibly get the ender necklace. This is going to be another equipment that you could possibly get for the assorted equipment. Now for the next equipment, you want to head over towards the desert, and you would want to go towards the Moby again. And right here, you would actually want to get this bracelet, and that's going to be one of the equipment that you would need to get. Now the last equipment that you would want to get is going to be called the Snow Cloak. The Snow Cloak is going to be obtained on the Jerry Island, and you want to pay attention to when that opens. So head towards your Skyblock menu, your calendar events, and right here this is when it's going to be open. So just pay attention towards your calendar. And to obtain the Snow Cloak, you would actually want to get about 10 North Stars. That's going to be obtained by sharing your Jerry gifts. So that's going to be done doing either the Jerry event or just getting gifts manually by other means on the Jerry Island. And once you have received 10 North Stars, you would want to locate this NPC called Enery. and that's where you can get the snow cloak. Now, to make sure you have the equipment equipped, you would want to head over towards your Skyblock menu, click on your profile, and right here you will want to equip the necklace, the cloak, the belt, and the bracelet that you have. And make sure it's the one that I did recommend, because that's going to be all 4 different equipments. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is called I See Potential, it requires you to unlock the Sighted Accessory Bag. Now this goal requires combat level 20 and to kill watchers to unlock the Sighted Accessory Power Bag. Now head down towards this end right here, and where watchers are located, it's going to be right here. Now with your recommended armor set and your void sword, you should be able to either 1-tap or 2-hit the watchers, and they would possibly drop these ender monocles. So these ender monocles, they do actually take a while to drop, so you should be able to get the combat level 20 just by doing it probably. And once you obtain 9 of them, you want to head back towards the hub, and you are combat level 20, and head towards this Samadhis and learn the Power Stone to unlock the Sighted Accessory Stone Power. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is going to be called Brewing 101. It requires you have to have 25 potion bottles with unique effects in your inventory. So now we're actually going to be looking at a Ghoul sheet that I did prepare. So right here I did list about 30 unique potions that you could possibly get, as well as the recipe and if they have requirements, as well as any helpful tips that you would want to just utilize. So you just want to get 25 of your choice and just have that in your inventory and look at any of the collections right here. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is going to be called Collector. It requires you to get 40 collections to at least tier 5. Now again, we're going to be looking at that Google Sheet. And in this Google Sheet, there is exactly 40 collections at the time of this recording. It shows you the requirements as well as any tips that are going to be relevant towards the collection. And as well, if you just come over here and you want to make a copy for yourself, so you just check off whatever collections you did obtain, you can do that as well. Now moving on towards the next goal, which is going to be called Minion Machine. It requires you to obtain 150 unique minions. Now again, we're going to be referencing that Google Sheet that I did link down below in the description. Now in this Google Sheet, I did list about 160 unique tiers, but the requirement is going to be 150. That's going to be done on purpose because that's going to be if you find any minion really hard to obtain the unique tier, you could basically just not get it and replace it to anyone you would like. As well as if you do find a minion that is not listed, you could just comment down below with their possible tier and as well as a tip if you want me to add it to the list. Now moving on towards the last goal, which is called Making Connections. It requires to have 12 contacts in an Abbey phone. Now you don't need Crimson Owl to get the Abbey phone because everyone starts with one. So you just need the 12 contacts. Now within that Google Sheet that I did link down below, it does have a section for the Abbey phone. Now a lot of this information came actually from the written guide from Bingo Brewers listed on the Hypixel forums, which is also linked down below in the description. Now as you can see, from Bingo to actually Rusty, these are going to be an easily obtained 9 NPCs that you could get for your Abbey phone. Now from Fred to St. Jerry, it's going to be all about what you want to choose. So what I recommend, since you are going to be fishing, recommend to do Tia as well as St. Jerry, because that's going to be just saying a sentence. You could also easily do Trevor, because 1 million coins while doing end nodes is very easily obtained, as well as the 24 pelts, which is just all about killing animals. Now that will conclude the Extreme Bingo Guide for August 2023. I do appreciate any feedbacks in the comments, as well as anything that you would like to see as the future of these bingo guides. And thank you very much, and good luck in your August 2023 Extreme Bingo.